Good morning, everybody. So today is day 7. So this is week 2, day 3. I'm currently up in my study, hence why the headspace is a little limited, because this is an attic conversion, but that's my desk over there that everyone sees. But yeah, so today we've got like a 210 triple high bar, and then we've got a 2 for 2.5 bench single, which will be a PR, but at 7. So PR ground, but not actually PR effort. I've had a couple of shots at 245 now, and the only issue I've had really is just like technique misgroove. So going for this like 2 for 2.5 should actually be pretty easy. I've hit 240 now 3 separate times, so, and it's always been like sub-maximal effort, so we're fine with that. But yeah, I mean, got my work done. Now it's just looking out over Bath, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so I'll go hit my pre, and then you'll see me again when I'm warming up in the gym. But I'll see you in a bit. Catch. So today is high bar squats, top triple, back down 5s, and then my like top comp single on bench. We talked about 2 for 2.5 on bench. Here is only going to be like 210. The abs are still mega fried. So we're going to see what we can do, and yeah, hopefully it will all go well. But I'm going to do what I usually do, which is now cut away to the top set. I'll do the same for bench. And then we can have a discussion afterwards about whether or not we prefer to watch me work up, or whether we just prefer to see me max out at the end. And this is 207.5 for a triple. That's 6.5 high bar. So a big drop from my low bar stuff, well, mid bar. But the point is, I need basically a day off from squatting whilst also squatting. So this feels that requirement. reason I do such big back downs, like 30% drop downs, especially on my back off days, It's because otherwise the amount of fatigue I accrue from lifting 200, 300 plus kilos 6-7 times a week would be way too much. So the higher rep, 30% drop, still gives me a lot of stimulus, a lot of practice, but without all the intensity as such. Onto bench. All right, so squats went really well. I don't think there was anything there that needed massively improving. And to be fair, I found when I really wedged my back together, really like pulled my shoulders back in together, pulled that scapula, it made a really, really nice shelf for my back, which makes sense because it is, you know, it's like what you should expect when you're doing like mid-bar, low bar, but to be fair, it's still even applicable in high bar, even though you're not necessarily resting it on a muscle shelf, you're resting it on, well, like on top of your shoulders, on top of your traps. It's, it feels a lot more comfortable. Like there's a significant difference I felt between when I was like creating that shelf and when I wasn't. And I think it's kind of just like a mix of a lot of things, including just stability. You know, like I had all that muscle mass pushing together and it just really well stabilized my upper back. And therefore I felt really strong. But now we've got bench, so gotta make sure I've got my headspace right for this one. I tend to find I can't listen to angry music like I do for squats. So like heavy metal when I'm doing bench, because if I listen to stuff like that, my technique just goes out the window. You know, with squat, there's more room for kind of anger, I think. And with bench, actually, I think I need to be calm. I need to have like elevator music on, basically. Something that's not going to distract me so much that I fuck up my form. Something that's just going to basically allow me to kind of focus. And I think for me that's going to be, I don't know what that's going to be actually. I'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know what I listen to when I figure it out. But as always, I will now do what I usually do, which is set up for bench warm up and then reappear for the top set. So I'll see you in a bit. Cheers, man. As you can imagine, very happy with that. I know it was touch and go, but to be fair, I was a little bit scared. But yeah, so that's 7.5 kilos off the British record and the heaviest bench in British history in the IPF unequipped. So, pretty cool. Now we've got back down to 190 for one quintuple. So that sums up the session pretty much. In terms of like how it went, I think the 242.5, yes, it was touch and go, but I'm still hyped as hell about it because that's a 2.5 kilo PR at very sub-maximal effort. The 207.5 high bar actually felt really nice, like kind of relearning old tricks with like making sure that my back tension's there even on the high bar variation. And to be fair, I think like maybe dropping my back offs from 3x5 at 30% drop to maybe 2x5 at like a 20% drop instead might be the idea for like my day 1 and day 2, just because I do prefer the lower weight, higher volume approach to my back offs at the moment. It gives me a lot more practice, and even though I'm quite deep into my progress with powerlifting, I definitely need more practice with all my lifts as I get to know them. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with this session. Accessories were great. Unfortunately, when you don't have a bench, you have to sit on the floor for your lat pull downs. But the only thing I've got left now is stretching, and I realised I've been really lacking on my stretching recently. So I'm going to leave this running, and you're going to get whole ass frames of my ass. Let me know if I should start on OnlyFans. But yeah, anyway. And associating that with relaxing the muscle mass, it helps. That's the end of this session. I've got to go shower now because the shower in my house is broken and I'm having to get that replaced. And yeah, so that's the end of day 7, 8. Day 7. Yeah, day 7. That's the end of day 7. So I'll see you for day 8, which is conventional, and maybe yet again another PR, because I think I'm going to aim for like 305, 302 and a half. Conventional do be flying. But I need to figure in the outro for these. But for now, I'll just say catch.